What you're looking at right now is one of the most famous kisses in movie history. Rick and Ilsa in Paris. Champagne. The world about to end. Here's looking at you, kid. 80 years later, that single moment still breaks hearts. But here's the question I couldn't stop asking. Can we recreate that exact feeling today with modern cameras, modern actors, and a full neo-noir twist? We spent months trying, and what we discovered blew my mind. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to see the side-by-side, and you'll never watch Casablanca the same way again. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss the next one, because yes, we're doing another classic scene after this. Let's dive in. First, why this scene? Out of every moment in Casablanca, the Paris flashback is pure cinema. No dialogue dumps, no exposition, just light, shadow, eyes, and the distant thud of war. Look how Arthur Edison lights Ingrid Bergman, soft, almost angelic, while Bogart is carved out of darkness. That's not an accident. That's low-key lighting on steroids, sometimes a 16:1 contrast ratio. Half his face just disappears. And because of the old haze grazing code, they couldn't be explicit. So all the sex, all the danger, all the heartbreak had to live in the shadows and in what the actors were desperately trying not to say. That repression, that's the gasoline. So our goal wasn't parody. It was forensic, scene for scene, light for light, but using 2025 tools. We wanted to answer one question. Can modern tech actually bring back the magic, or does it just make everything too clean? First problem. Modern cameras are too perfect. 8K, razor-sharp digital sensors, they look amazing until you try to make 1942. Everything feels like an iPhone commercial. So here's what we used. ARRI Alexa Mini LF, because its noise floor actually feels organic. Rehoused 1940s era Cook Pancro glass. These lenses breathe, they fall off at the edges, they draw your eye exactly where the old DPs wanted. A 1.8 Black Pro Mist filter, instant Bergman glow, highlights blooms, skin turns porcelain. Look at that difference. That halo around her hair? That's not CGI. That's physics doing the acting. Lighting was even more obsessive. Bogart got a hard 2K Fresnel, no diffusion, 16:1 ratio. Half his face crushed into pure black. Ingrid got a heavily diffused key plus a tiny OB light right over the lens to put that sparkle in her eyes. This little guy is the reason her eyes look wet, even when she's smiling. We also used saline drops, but the light is the real cheat code. And yes, we shot in the old 137.1 Academy ratio. Why? Because when the frame is almost square, the only way two people fit close is close. The format itself forces intimacy. Widescreen lets actors hide. This doesn't. Now, the hardest part? The performances. Modern acting is loose, mumbled, real. 1940s acting was projected, clipped, mid-Atlantic accent. Think Katharine Hepburn meets Cary Grant. Try saying, "Here's looking at you, kid," like you're on TikTok. Doesn't work. So we drilled our actors for weeks. No likes or ums. Every line from the diaphragm, not the throat. And the golden direction for both. Don't show me you're sad. Fight like hell to hide it. That containment is everything. Bogart had a real lip scar that gave him that half sneer. We didn't fake a lisp, that's cartoon. Instead we said, hold tension in your upper lip the entire scene. Watch what happens to the voice. It drops, slows, becomes dangerous. And for Ilsa, one note. You're pretending the war doesn't exist, but you already know you're going to leave him? That secret lives in micro-expressions only the camera can catch. Digital sound is sterile. So we added projector whir, subtle tape hiss, and WT flak cannons recorded in 1940s archives. Dull thuds, not Michael Bay booms. The score. Piano, cello, clarinet. Recorded clean, then played back through a 1950s speaker in an empty room and re-recorded. That's called worldizing. Suddenly, the music feels like it's coming from a radio down the hall. Post-production was where digital finally bowed down to analog. We shot in color, then used a crazy color grading trick. Crank the red channel for skin, crush the blue channel for the suits, add real 35mm XX grain that reacts to brightness, more aggressive in the shadows, then desaturate. The result? Black and white that feels chemical. Alright? Moment of truth. Here it is, scene for scene. Notice the background. Original used rear projection, slightly dreamy and fake. We used an LED volume, but defocused it just enough to match that softness. Watch the push-in on the kiss. The original is locked off. We added a 12-second micro-dolly. Modern lenses let us do that without losing the vintage soul. And the cigarette smoke? We deliberately broke continuity in one cut, smoke thicker, then thinner, as a love letter to the chaos of 1940s editing stages. Real noir fans will spot it and smile. So here's what we learned. You can't recreate 1942? The war was real. The refugees on set were real. That anxiety can't be acted. But what you can do is translate. Neo-Noir isn't about copying the past. It's about understanding why the shadows worked, why the light had to fight so hard, and then using every tool we have today to make you feel that same ache. We didn't bring back 1942. We brought back the feeling and maybe made it a little darker, a little more modern, a little more us. So now I'm turning it over to you. Drop in the comments. What untouchable movie moment deserves the neo-noir treatment next? The lady from Shanghai mirror maze? The Odessa steps? That crop duster scene in North by Northwest? Top comment with the most likes, we're doing it. If you loved this deep dive into cinematic craft, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because we're just getting started walking in the shadows of the masters. Thanks for watching. Here's looking at you, kid.